Black women, stop seeking permission on how to live your life. I'm Mocha Mazel, head mistress of the Bougie Auntie International Society. You can join my community of women that we do what we want to do. Black women. So I am here today to talk about Black women living their lives on their own terms. What inspired this video? Maybe a little Beyonce, maybe a little Cowboy Carter, and after listening to it and seeing how she just completely, we're going to get into that. Anyways, so of course, many of us have experienced or know of, I'm just going to say experience because I feel like that will be the vast majority I know of Black women, for the most part, have had to get to a position where they just listen to themselves and listen to their own intuition. That's something that's not really cultivated in a lot of us because society structures us in a way to where we are in service and servitude to everybody else, be it mental labor, emotional labor, physical labor, all the above. So it takes a while, I've noticed, and a lot of us still don't even get to this point where we just come to the realization that this is our life and we can do with it as we choose, and separation and suffering is not a requirement of that. So it's really important to start shedding people's external expectations. Like, when you realize that people are literally projecting like their expectations onto you, and half the time you are taking in others people's expectations off the sole idea that's what you're supposed to do, right? And for many of us, we have seen that led to many of our detriments, or we can forecast it. I can forecast it. Luckily, those are skills that I had to learn, and those are skills that I had to cultivate. And even to this day, even when I come and I share things online, if you don't know, I moved to Jamaica. I moved out here by myself because I wanted to. I wanted to live in a tropical environment, tropical lifestyle. For some reason, when I come out here and just share and share things, people still are under the impression that I'm seeking their permission. That I'm like wanting their, it really doesn't matter, even though I've been out here for like almost 4 years now. For some reason, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways. But that's just really, goes to show, because even when I go out, I go watch other people's videos, especially if they're men or somebody who's not Black. I rarely see the type of conversations happening on their stuff, on their channels. So I don't know. I don't think it's anything that I'm looking too much into. I just think that's the norm, and that's what people have conditioned and understand Black women to be. I don't have a mind of my own. I don't know how to function and move throughout this world. I need your permission to do so, or I can't do anything without some random person's opinion. So, anyways, moving from that. So, and if you can resonate with this, just feel free to comment and chime in and let me know. Because I just think this is just so common. I think a lot of us don't even realize it. It's just so normalized amongst us. And Black women feeling the need and the permission to pursue their desires and passions, because lo and behold, if I do that, I can't be in servitude for whatever minuscule thing you want me for. Do you know how many women have probably like missed out on their true calling and true, existence in this life because of how, and it's from slavery, of how we have conditioned Black women to just live these miserable, horrible, depressed lives, and we normalize it. We just normalize it like that's how it's supposed to be. Oh, that's what it is. Do you know how much we have probably jeopardized, and not even for that person, how much we've probably robbed the world of so many great gifts and talents because we want to confine Black women to a particular type of space. And like I said, that's why I'm so proud of Beyonce. I don't care about your critique. I don't care if you're a fan. I do not care. Okay. I'm so proud of her because, as she's, talked about in her movies and in her music, how people continuously, because they have this box that they want to put you in, you get rejected or you get just all this negativity surrounding it if you don't operate within the frame that they tell you you're supposed to operate. And I just love how she be like, if that, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and she gonna do it better. And she put so much thought and talent into that. She didn't span genres. She didn't span history. She didn't span time. Okay, from the incident that she had. And that's what you are supposed to do. It really shouldn't. It's kind of just weird to me that we still have these dynamics and that we only like or expect black women to function a particular way. But I'm just really proud of her. And she just really, did her thing and put that's something that's going to be studied in history. Like that's a historical piece of work that she put out. And as it typically goes, people in this current time frame won't appreciate it, but down the line, that she's going to be studied, and there's going to be discourses around her and her talent and her genius. She's a literal genius, anyways. And I feel like most black women are literal geniuses, but again because we have been conditioned to use our talents and our skills for labor that does not serve us in most cases. We really miss out on, blessing the world and ourselves with so much greatness. And I think I really want for black women to just get out of that mindset, because so many people, just why did you get up and move to Jamaica? How did you do it? Why did you do it? It's because I wanted to. I, put myself in a position to be able to do that by getting online work and focusing my energy towards online things that I could do behind a computer. But I did that because I wanted to. And that's such like a weird, people just cannot fathom you doing something as a black woman because I want to do it. I want to buy that because I want to buy it. I want to go here because I want to go here. It's such a phenomenon, for people to just really just grasp that concept, because I don't want to say I don't ever. I hardly ever, like I said, see this type of discourse around other type of people, because other people have the liberty to do those things. It's expected of them. And so again, when we step out of, am I sweating? Yeah, just gonna get to sweat today. It's such for people oh my God, I could give you it even if I were to kind of explain and run down every reason I decided to, people are still going to put their own spin and their own touch on it. That annoys me so much, because why even bother asking me if you are just going to put your assumption on it anyway? You already had that assumption. Why bother asking me? It's so weird. Yeah, so a lot of these things stems from people insecurities about themselves and their barriers that they have to their own personal growth and freedom. So because they see you as a fellow black woman, sometimes, for a good part of it, it's love. I love those people who just come show genuine love and appreciation. But a lot of it is the negativity, is people just, they, for the life of them, can't understand why they weren't able to create the life they desire. And nobody's stopping them but them, and them internalizing society. That's literally what it is. And people just block their own personal growth and their own freedom, being influenced by, again, the world and telling them what black people are supposed to be. And they're too scared to step out of their comfort zone and do things for themselves. So it's if you can see it from that perspective, it'll make it, I don't internalize people's, opinions or anything, because I know they're just projecting their thought. You're not supposed to do that. this is the box I mentally put you in. What are you doing, like, deviating from that? So typically it stems from people insecurities and what they have internalized black women to be, and them just being afraid to go after their own dreams and their own goals and their own ambitions. So it's important to discern between constructive feedback and from noise and negativity. That's something you have to cultivate, especially as a woman. It's something that we have it, but again, we've been conditioned to kind of like ignore and be of servitude to other people. You really have to get some level of discernment, because I call it what I call it is I try to refrain from listening to people who operate from a place of lack. Like, they just think that they don't have the understanding of the concept that it's a whole wide world out here. It's all kind of abundance you can create for yourself. If they, operate from a certain mind frame of like, you can't do that because, and it's some type of something that's dealing with some type of limiting belief that they have, I typically don't listen to it, because that person has not had the opportunity to expand beyond those beliefs, so they typically wouldn't know. They are coming from a place of safety and security that they believe that they need to have for themselves. So again, it's nothing to internalize. Just, you have to understand where people are coming from and people's societal programming and conditioning. And, safeguarding your mental and emotional well-being. Gosh, that is really essential. I'm trying to think of some ways to do so, but join a community, and these are things I kind of get more in depth with, and I talk about, again, cultivating that space where you can truly get into your bougie auntie-ness. So yeah, so like Beyonce, not just Beyonce, and especially with her being a Southern Black American woman, like, it's like I can relate, Beyonce. I can relate. But yeah, defining yourself and not letting people define you for you, because like that's literally what happens. And like, I'm glad she does it boldly. She don't care, and her public persona is, what she wants it to be, and she doesn't really influence herself, especially as like a celebrity, and people constantly, that's all eyes on you all the time. So imagine how much it took to kind of just be like, you know what, F this, and just living authentically for herself. So some ways you can cultivate and embrace your authentic life. You need to develop a sense of self-awareness, and you need to practice just going out and experiencing things that you like and what makes you happy, and getting to your authentic self, and not being concerned with people's opinions. That's so hard for us, being worried about what somebody's going to say, or you have to learn to do away with that mindset if you want to get to your authentic self. That's just what it is. You need to build a community, a supportive community that uplifts and encourages individuality. And again, that's why the Bougie Auntie International Society exists. So if you're looking for a community of women, this is a paid community. It's a membership community. If you're looking for this community of women, we're here. And community is really important. And I think people have been burned, or they've been traumatized, by trying to integrate into, different communities. Those just aren't your people. That doesn't mean community is not important. You can still find community. You just probably have to do a little bit more legwork to find a community that resonates best with you. Setting boundaries is essential. Black women, boundaries are essential to your peace and your decision-making autonomy. Boundaries are so important. I think like more so now we're talking about boundaries and how important they are. And boundaries are not meant to be mean. Like I said, people have just come to expect everything from black women to the point they'll drain you dry and then, look at you and talk about how you crazy and all this other stuff. Boundaries are essential for you to protect yourself because just people have this natural tendency to just expect and extract from women, but especially black women. That is the expectation, and you need to embrace risk taking and the unknown. Those are your pathways to growth. So if you have the innate desire, if you have this natural desire for something, it's probably meant for you to go down that path. It may be strange and it may be a little, out of the ordinary, but typically it's something that's calling you towards something. And again, we miss out on those things because we internalize societal programming and what we are supposed to be and what we are supposed to do. That will be your biggest hindrance in this life. So I'm going to wrap up this video, and please join us in the Bougie Auntie International Society. If you want a community of women of black women that kind of just we not doing that no more, right? We on something else. We on our Beyonce tip, okay? It's not only okay, but it's necessary for black women to start living their life on their own terms without seeking permission or validation from others. Again, please feel free to share your own experience in the comment section and subscribe to this channel and the Bougie Auntie playlist. Most of my content is about Jamaica, me living in Jamaica, but I do have a Bougie Auntie playlist, and I have a Bougie Auntie community you can join to get more of this content and be notified when I drop more of this content, okay? So be sure to join the Bougie Auntie International Society membership for exclusive content, resources, community of like-minded women committed to living their best lives. And that's it for today. I want to thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being a part of our community. And I'll see you later. Y'all have a wonderful whatever day or time it is that you're watching this, okay? So bye. See you later.